Okay, we'd like to introduce the 2022 Wyndham Championship winner, Tom Kim, into the media center. Tom, from a quadruple bogey, first hole of the week to the winner's circle, if we can get some comments on the journey that you've been through this week.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, I've never won a golf tournament starting with a quad. It's 24 strokes later, and here we are. And I played great this week. It was hard to stay in the moment in the final round, just knowing that I was so close. But I just never let my guard down until I hold that putt on 18. So just it's been a crazy week with rain delays. I was worried that I was anxious actually playing my last 3 holes, knowing that maybe we're not going to finish. I did not want a 3-4 shot lead, needing to sit down for 3 hours or come back tomorrow. So I'm glad I was able to finish. And yeah, here we are.
You go from no status on the PGA Tour to special temporary membership after the Open, to then wrapping up your card after Detroit last week, and now a full member. Can you take us on the journey and this stretch of golf that you've been on?
Yeah, it's been a crazy month. I've just before the Scottish, I was just trying to get enough points to get to Corn Ferry Finals, and finishing third there. Finishing third, just so I think I was 0 point something points away from getting special temporary membership. I had to make the cut at the Open, and I did, and I played 3M, Detroit, and Wyndham, and literally it's been a 5-week stretch for me, but it feels like 3 months. But yeah, it's been a hectic month, and a lot of things have changed. For sure.
And before questions, you moved to number 34 in the FedEx Cup, so a lot more golf in your future over the next few weeks. If you can comment on your goals now going into the FedEx Cup playoffs.
Yeah, I was planning to go home next week. I was looking forward to that. I've been home 2 weeks this year, so I was like, you know what? Secure my PGA Tour card for the next season. I can go back and relax for a week, but I guess that's not going to happen. I would love to play 3 weeks in a row again. It's going to be my 8th week in a row if I make it to the Tour Championship. It's a lot of golf, but I'm enjoying it, and I'm honored to play 8 weeks in a row on the PGA Tour. It's incredible.
All right, we'll start with questions. We'll go to John.
By the way, it's hotter in Memphis.
I know. I was like, yeah, it's the thing. Like, I didn't want to I would love to go, but it's so hot here, and I heard it's hotter next week. So it's.
And one thing I wanted to ask you, clue us in on the Thomas Citrain thing. Where did that come about? And you obviously steamrolled everyone today.
It's just a stubborn me, like you're supposed to let your parents name yourself, and I was like, nope, I'm gonna name myself Thomas. I love the show, and as a kid, I haven't watched it anything, but apparently I really love the train, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna name myself Thomas. I haven't told anyone this, but I've actually had a few more names that I could have named myself, and I'm glad I didn't. But I went with Thomas, and as years went on, people started to call me Tom. It was shorter, so I kind of went with Tom after that.
All right, let's go to the back. Shane?
Well, now I have to ask, what were some of the other names?
Do you guys really want to know? I was a big Toy Story fan, so I almost named myself Buzz Lightyear. That was a close one. And there's a few more. It's actually like it's not an English character, so it's actually like an Asian character. But it's Buzz Lightyear was probably the closest one to Thomas.
How old were you when you were Thomas?
I was probably like 4 or 5, so I was young.
Okay, now my real question, if I may.
No. That was your question.
A lot of American fans have learned your name this summer. Even more are going to learn it now, obviously. And so I just kind of wanted to, in the short time we have here, kind of get your sense of your life story, your trajectory. I had heard things like you lived in 5 countries, your dad is a golf pro, just kind of stuff like that, your background.
Yeah, it's crazy, to be just, normally I don't really get chance in the U.S. Just because of being new here and stuff, people not knowing me, and for people to call out, let's go with Tom today was really helpful, and it gave me the energy to keep playing better. And I've moved around a lot in the world. I feel like it was probably the best thing that has happened to me, because just the adjustments you have to make from each country and each culture was a big thing. And hopefully America is my final destination.
Okay, let's go to Helen.
you've got another tournament potentially on your schedule, the President's Cup. Can you talk about wanting to make, how much you want to make that? And also, Trevor was saying he went and watched you at the Open Championship. Could you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so it was Wednesday. I remember I was playing a practice round with Siwoo, and Trevor, he suddenly walks up and starts walking with us for like 2-3 holes, and it was the first time I got to see him. And I would love to make his team. Obviously, I've watched the President's Cup ever since I started playing golf. Even before I was starting full time in Australia, there was a couple there, and I would love to make that team. Hopefully this gives me a close chance to make that team. But yeah, it was actually pretty nerve-wracking for me for him to walk up the holes, knowing that obviously you don't want to shank one in front of your future captain, potentially. So, but yeah, I was actually hitting it pretty good, and I was talking to my caddy. You know what? I think I'll be ready for it. If you can hit it good in front of your captain, I think you'll be okay. So hopefully I'll get a chance to represent his team in Charlotte soon. I did. We exchanged some conversation. It was in Detroit. It was the first round. He came up to me and just watched me hit a couple balls on the range warming up. And he texted me this week, just texting about my group and just saying good luck. And I talked to him yesterday as well. So hopefully he's looking only positive things towards me.
All right, back to John.
Are you surprised at all this, that you won? And you don't shave yet, correct?
I wish I would have shaved yesterday so I could look good in front of the camera. I didn't really think about it. No, yes, I do shave. Just a heads up. And yes and no. I've expected so much of myself, and so does my team. We expect the highest, and it hasn't been the easiest. It might look for a lot of people that it looks easy, but it's a lot of work behind the scenes. Just from my manager just going through so much beyond for me, and just my family with the sacrifices. I wish my family was here for this week. They left yesterday to Dallas, so I had a flight at 8 p.m. today. I guess I'm not going to make that. Yeah, I got to book my flight to Memphis, and but to answer your question, it really isn't. But this is just a start for me, and I still have so much I want to accomplish, and this is just. I bought the car. This is how I tell my manager. We bought the car. We just need to drive it. So hopefully, I just keep pushing that pedal.
All right, Shane.
You mentioned some of the sacrifices your parents and your family have made. Can you go into that a little bit?
Yeah, just everything the time that they have to sacrifice for me, and just the things that they go through, the little things that I don't need to worry about. I feel like even if I was a parent, it'd be a pain in the ass. But just booking stuff for me sometimes. And when I was younger, they would travel with me all the time. And I didn't have the most financial comfort when I was younger. So that was, I'm just glad that I can support them now, and they can just travel with me. And I can't say exactly one thing that they've sacrificed. They've sacrificed so much for me, but I'm just really glad that I can give this back to them.
When you look at other younger players who have had success at a really young age, Jordan Spieth, Colin Morikawa, all their personalities seem to be very mature. They don't seem like 20-year-olds. I was just curious, people in your life and people who know you, have you been called mature? Do people think you're very mature?
Yes, in certain ways. I'm a jokester around my family and my team, but when it comes to something serious like golf, I have heard that a lot. But I do if you get to know me, I'm just a 20-year-old.
All right, let's go over here to Jeff.
Just a 20-year-old with a PGA Tour win.
It has a nice ring to it.
You had already clinched your PGA card last week. Were you able to play a little bit looser this week? What was that? What was the approach this week, and was it different than it has been?
100%. It took so much pressure off. I think that's why I was able to rebound so nicely after the quadruple bogey. So I think last week that back nine was really, it was one of the. Again, it was a 9 under par round as well, but it was tough, just knowing that if I could play well that week, I could come in here this week just not worrying about, can I secure my card and everything. And I felt like I told myself from the start of the week, just have fun, enjoy it. Like, you got your card already, just enjoy every single moment of it and just have fun and just not get too intense about it. But this back nine, man, it was crazy. It was like probably the most intense round I've played. You know, it was, my putter felt like 200 pounds today. I'm not gonna lie, it was crazy. It was crazy.
Tom, we can't be in North Carolina without mentioning Michael Jordan, who you mentioned out at the trophy ceremony. If you can comment on that.
Yeah, I've just been a big fan of people who have accomplished so much in their career, and I learn a lot from them. I don't know any of them personally, but I'm a huge fan. Just Kobe Bryant, you know, that Mamba mentality, and just watching. I watched The Last Dance probably 10 times, just because there's so many great quotes by him, and there's a reason why he was the best basketball player. And you know, once it was confirmed this week, I knew he was from North Carolina, and you know, to win somewhere where he's from is it's an honor, and he's not going to know it, but like, you know, for me, it's a little special thing in my heart.
All right. Well, congratulations once again to Tom Kim.
Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Tom, you can